Kenny Hibbitt is almost 75 years old, and he's finally confirming what many football fans have wondered about for decades. The rumours surrounding that infamous match in May 1972 have lingered in football folklore, but now we know the truth from the man who was there. Kenny Hibbitt stands as one of Wolverhampton Wanderers' greatest legends, a midfielder whose name is forever linked with the club's golden age. For over 15 years, he was the creative and goal-scoring engine of a formidable Wolves side that conquered domestic competitions and ventured into European glory. His 574 competitive appearances place him second only to Derek Parkin in the club's all-time appearance list, while his 114 goals make him the 10th highest scorer in Wolves history. But behind these remarkable statistics lies a story of resilience, integrity and triumph over adversity that defines the man known affectionately as Hibby. Born Kenneth Hibbitt in Bradford on January 3, 1951, his professional journey began at his hometown club, Bradford Park Avenue. But it was his move to the West Midlands in November 1968 that would change everything. Wolves paid a modest £5,000 for the young midfielder, a fee that would prove to be one of the bargains of the century. However, his arrival was immediately overshadowed by turmoil. Just 3 days after Hibbitt joined the club, the manager who signed him, Ronnie Allen, was sacked. This abrupt change left the young player in a precarious position. He was already struggling with homesickness, feeling overwhelmed by the step up from a much smaller squad to one with 40 professionals. The departure of his patron created an immediate obstacle to his integration and progression at a club where he felt out of place. The young midfielder found himself questioning whether he had made the right decision in leaving his familiar surroundings in Bradford. The arrival of Bill McGarry as the new manager marked the beginning of what would become a challenging but ultimately defining period for Hibbitt. McGarry was known for his demanding and tough reputation, quickly establishing preferences for certain players. Hibbitt felt he didn't start too well under the new boss, and even considered leaving the club to find opportunities elsewhere. This tension highlighted a common struggle in professional sports, a young talent trying to gain the trust of a formidable new leader. The turning point came not through planning, but through fortune. An injury to a teammate unexpectedly presented Hibbitt with an opportunity for his full debut. He seized the moment brilliantly, scoring in a 2-2 away draw against Chelsea. This goal immediately demonstrated his capabilities and began to change McGarry's perception of him. This single event was far more than a simple debut. It was a crucible that proved his mettle and established the foundation of his long career at the club. But it's the events of May 8, 1972 that have generated the most speculation over the years. The 1971-72 season culminated in one of the most high-stakes matches in English football history, with Wolves hosting Don Ravy's formidable Leeds United side at Molineux. Leeds had already clinched the FA Cup just 2 days earlier and needed only a single point to secure the First Division title and complete a historic league and cup double. The atmosphere was charged with immense pressure, and Wolves were cast in the role of potential spoilers to Leeds' crowning glory. This backdrop of professional stakes became fertile ground for rumours and suspicion. The match became the subject of widespread allegations of a brown envelope scandal, rumours suggesting that bribes were offered to Wolves players to influence the outcome. Kenny Hibbitt, then a young player, has consistently maintained his position on these allegations. As he recounts, he didn't hear much about it as a young lad, and when a reporter later approached him about the incident, he just sent him away as he didn't know anything about it. The official response from the Wolves camp came from manager Bill McGarry, who used the rumours as a powerful motivational tool. He addressed the team directly, dismissing the allegations and rallying his players with the defiant declaration that they would answer this by beating them. The result of the match became a definitive refutation of the alleged fix. Wolves secured a memorable 2-1 victory, demonstrating the team's integrity and resolve under pressure. A closer examination of the brown envelope scandal reveals it to be a persistent footballing myth, largely fueled by Don Ravy's reputation and the documented history of corruption in the sport. The available evidence contains nothing to substantiate claims that the 1972 match was fixed. Instead, it places the story within a larger context of unproven allegations that tarnished Revie's reputation. While similar scandals did occur in football history, they happened in different contexts and time periods. Which of Kenny Hibbitt's incredible achievements do you remember most? Was it his crucial goals in cup finals, his remarkable penalty-taking ability, or perhaps his role in that famous victory over Leeds? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories about football's greatest legends. Hibbitt's career at Wolves coincided with a period of remarkable success. He was an integral part of the team that reached the 1972 UEFA Cup final, a campaign he described as an unprecedented adventure for a young squad with little European experience. He scored 2 goals in the competition as Wolves narrowly lost to Tottenham Hotspur in a final that Hibbitt considers a high point in the club's history. The European journey showcased his ability to rise to the biggest occasions and perform when it mattered most. His domestic success was equally impressive. He won 2 League Cup medals, scoring the opening goal in the 1974 final against Manchester City at Wembley Stadium. This goal was an especially emotional moment that still gave him goose pimples years later and brought his mother to tears. He played a key role again in the 1980 League Cup victory over Nottingham Forest, cementing his status as a big-game player who delivered when the stakes were highest. Hibbitt's goal-scoring record was exceptional for a midfielder. His prowess from the penalty spot was particularly notable. In the 1974-75 season, he scored 9 penalties, contributing to his total of 17 goals and making him the club's top scorer that year. A standout performance came when he scored all 4 goals in a 4-2 victory against Newcastle at Molineux, showcasing his versatility and clinical finishing ability. This performance remains one of the most memorable individual displays in Wolves' history. The persistent rumour of the brown envelope scandal serves as a powerful example of how narratives of suspicion can take hold in high-stakes environments, particularly when controversial figures are involved. Hibbitt's honest account and the outcome of the match itself stand as direct contradictions to the myth. The story is less a matter of fact and more a product of the footballing culture of the time, a period of intense physicality, immense rivalries, and growing scrutiny of the game's financial underpinnings. After his storied career at Wolves ended with a close season free transfer in 1984, Hibbitt joined Coventry City for 2 seasons before moving to Bristol Rovers in August 1986. It was here that his playing career came to a sudden and heartbreaking conclusion in February 1988 during a Division 3 match against Sunderland at Twerton Park on February 24th. In a cruel twist of fate, the match was a triumphant occasion for Bristol Rovers, who secured a decisive 4-0 victory over what was described as champions-elect Sunderland. This stark contrast between team success and personal tragedy became a poignant element of his career narrative. During this match, Hibbitt sustained a broken leg, an injury that immediately ended his playing days and forced a dramatic change in his professional life. The leg break was not just physical trauma, but a professional crossroads that required an immediate and decisive pivot. Rather than leaving the game, Hibbitt stayed at Bristol Rovers and transitioned into a new role as assistant to manager Jerry Francis. This move demonstrated the same resilience and adaptability that defined his early career under Bill McGarry. His contributions from the sidelines proved valuable as he helped the team win the Division 3 title and finish as runners-up in the Leyland Daft Trophy. The